1982, sir, you set up the Carter Center. What did you hope to set out to achieve with it?
Well, our first hope at the Carter Center was to have like a small Camp David here, so I could negotiate peace agreements between countries that were at war or likely to go into armed conflict. And we still do that, as a matter of fact. But we also had a basic premise of not duplicating what other people do. So this leaves us with a chance just to fill kind of vacuums in the world.
I think the reason we've been so successful is that it all goes back to his human rights policy, because the people in the developing world somehow know that Jimmy cares about them.
He understands that our responsibilities to others do not end when we leave office. And that, I think, is an inspiration to many other politicians and leaders in the world. It's an example that many of us should try to follow.
The work of the Carter Center is spearheaded by the President and Rosalind Carter, who are at the heart of every project that is undertaken. Millions of lives have been improved in over 80 countries thanks to their tireless work.
We've taken on 5 tropical diseases. Last year, the Carter Center treated 36 million people for these kinds of diseases. We go into the village or train people to do so and actually treat the people in their own village and give them credit for it. And so it makes it a matter of great pride for them and a restoration of not only their health but also their self-respect, their hope for the future. So it's a very exciting series of projects that we undertake every day at the Carter Center.
And you're close to eradicating guinea worm.
Yes, we started out with guinea worm in about 26,000 villages in 20 countries in Asia and Africa. And we found at the beginning 3.5 million cases of guinea worm. Last year, we only found 148 cases instead of 3.5 million. And so far this year, we've only found 9. And so it's a very successful program so far. And the villages where we've eliminated it will never know a case of guinea worm again.
What do you feel are some of the most pressing issues now that you would like to address?
Well, I've written 28 books. That's the way I make a living. And my last book was about the horrible abuse of women and girls around the world. And I think it's the worst unaddressed issue that the world faces today. And those of us in the more advanced countries don't know much about the horrible abuse of girls whose genitals are mutilated when they're very young children, who are killed because a girl is raped by strangers and her family kills her because they protect their own nation's honor. These kinds of things go on in more remote parts of the world, as far as we're concerned. But even in the United States, human slavery now is greater than it ever was during the 18th or 19th century. In Atlanta, Georgia, we have between 200 and 300 girls sold into sexual slavery every month. On our college campuses in America, in almost every college, the sexual abuse of girls, students, is horrendous, and it's not addressed directly because the college owners and administrators don't want it to be known that they have sexual assaults still taking place on their college campuses. And the same thing applies, obviously, in the military.
President Carter has always been so inspiring. When he left office, he seemed to do even more. And his strong stand on women's issues and his strong moral compass, that he's a man that does not seem to be in any way making waves in order to get headlines. He takes a strong stand because of what he believes. And he has such faith and such conviction.